in October, and instead of 3, hopefully there'll be 300, 500, 600 people organizing it. You can keep up with March Against Monsanto Los Angeles on Facebook. We have our own Facebook page, and we'll be posting things in the event invite. There's also a table up there that you can sign up to volunteer and to be on the email mailing list. I am now really proud to introduce an activist that I really respect and I've learned a lot from watching. Her name is Tiffany Wallace. She's from Struggles United, Luchas Unidas.
My name is Tiffany. I'm from Struggles United, Luchas Unidas, and I'm so glad to see so many people out here concerned about our environment, about our earth. There's no other place for us to go while we're living that we've discovered yet for us to be able to live, and I'm excited to see that. Another element I feel is important in discussing GMOs and Monsanto and the kind of control that they've had on our environment and on our nature is also an anti-capitalism approach. The only way that they're able to get away with this is because of profit. This is the only reason why they do it. In LA Unified School District, they approved last year to serve pink slime and sludge to our kids in public schools.
Every day!
But why are they choosing to do this? Is it just because the government is inherently evil? Not necessarily, that may be an element.
That's one of them.
But it's also because they make profits from the companies who subsidize them to feed our kids the slime. It's profitable, more profitable for them to feed us slime and feed us sludge than for us to get the healthy food and nourishment that has existed since the beginning of time. We have to stand up together in solidarity, black, brown, Asian, white, indigenous of all continents, and stand to fight against Monsanto, not because they're an evil corporation, but because they represent finance capital that is here to destroy us for their profits and their pocketbooks. And we see the connection, not just between people making a choice to boycott corn, for example, which I heard. Corn isn't necessarily the enemy. It's the chemicals, it's the funding, it's the profiteering that comes from using corn that has been genetically modified so often and so vigorously that when it's in the vicinity of organic corn and organic vegetables, they're affected by it too. So we actually have to make sure that our analysis includes one that includes race and includes capitalism. Because in the most impoverished communities, especially around Los Angeles, what do we see? Liquor stores, McDonald's, fast food, places like that, where people can't afford to buy food that isn't organic or that isn't healthy because of their wages. So the fight includes the fight for the working class internationally. One of the greatest arguments against capitalism is environmentalism, because everybody is affected by our environment, and the most poor are the people who have to live in degradation. We may have to face it too, and we do face it. Different classes of people, middle class and working class people. But some people can't afford to boycott it because it's either living and eating unhealthy food or dying because you can't get nutritious food. So in a way, they're starving us to death because we don't have any other option except to get food that's unhealthy and killing us. We're seeing in these communities diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, large rates of people without access to health care. So the fight for a healthy living environment is a fight against capitalism, and is a fight for the international working class.
Fight against poverty.
We have to stand in solidarity. Our solidarity is crucial to the people in Iceland who voted down Monsanto from being able to use GMOs in their country. Our fight is with the people in Bolivia against Bechtel when they tried to privatize rainwater and made it illegal to collect rainwater.
It's illegal here.
And it's also illegal in the United States. In Oregon, a man was just arrested for collecting rainwater. This is what they're trying to do to us. The police are the agents of it. The police are the ones who are arresting people who are choosing to fight back. They're part of it. They're part of the problem too. Even though they're not the originators of it, they're not the capitalists. They're just merely following class capitalist law. But what do we see when people follow capitalist law? Dogs biting black people in the street. People like Dr. Martin Luther King being arrested just because he wants to integrate a lunch counter. Rosa Parks being arrested. Those were illegal activities too. Slavery was legal in this country. We can't forget that. We can't forget that the laws that they uphold are the laws that have brutalized men and women. The Salem witch trials in Boston. Everyone is subject to capitalist oppression. So we have to fight it. And that fight includes an analysis against the police who will only follow capitalist laws that poison us every day in our communities. Again, I'm Tiffany. I'm with Struggles United, Luchas Unidas, a socialist organization that believes in fighting for the working class and oppressed all over the world, that supports people who are LGBTQ and the rainbow rise up for equality. Not just the right to fight and kill in the military, but the fight to be yourself and exist, the fight to access to a workplace, the fight to access to healthy food and a healthy environment, and not just trans people having to go to sex work because they don't get hired in 9-to-5 jobs. I stand in solidarity with women. I stand in solidarity with oppressed working class worldwide. Sulu stands in solidarity together. And together, when we fight against capitalism, when we fight for the working class, when we fight for the oppressed all over the world, we get healthier, we get stronger, we